You guys did it. You guys were able to come back and get it done. How big of a win was this for this weekend?
Yeah, just give thanks to the good Lord, man. That was fun. That was a tough one. It took everybody in that locker room, and the guys came out and we battled. Didn't play the best in the first half. The defense helped us out, and we came back offensively and got some things going. And 2-minute drive at the end, just go down and win it. That's what you want.
How happy were you for Ramondre after fumbling and then scoring 2 touchdowns?
Yeah, shoot, that's the story of life, of football. Adversity, being able to bounce back, and he was still running hard. He was running as hard as he could, and there's going to be trusting Ramondre for the whole season. We need him. He's a great player, and he's fun to watch.
Felt like that drive, the drive before the first half ended. You were at an off-platform throw to Diggs. He had that little spin out down the inside the 5. I know you guys didn't score there, but you had points there. How much did that get you going in the second half to believe that we could put the ball downfield?
Yeah, I mean, they play a lot of zone. They got eyes on me. Just trying to kind of start and take completions in the first half, and felt like in the second half we had some things open downfield, and the guys made plays. And had Diggs, he made a great catch, and we should have scored. We got to do better in the red zone. I know that's going to be the emphasis: score touchdowns in the red zone.
What do you see in the defense? What do you see in the Bills' defense where you can exploit later on in the game that you did?
Yeah, no, I think they're great. Great defense. They do a lot of different things. They play a lot of 2-deep zone on us tonight. Disguising great. Just trying to. Part of disguising is you're going to be out of place versus when you're not disguising. You're going to be more out of place. So just trying to see the coverage post snap and let it rip.
What, if anything, happened to you at halftime in terms of responding to pressure? Because obviously things were much better for you.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't anything, like the first half was terrible. We had the ball. I missed a third down throw to Steph in the back shoulder. I missed him underneath. We fumbled, and down there when the defense had some turnovers, we didn't score in the red zone. Just tell the guys keep playing. We were up. What was it, 6-3? Was that what it was? Shoot, we were up 6-3 on them. One of the best teams in the league with the MVP. There's nothing to be sad about. Just go out there and keep playing.
What was the team's mindset coming in a tough environment?
Yeah, he always said, take the next step. This division game. It's 8:20 and Orchard Park and a great environment playing the Buffalo Bills. Where else would you rather be? So it was fun.
Drake, how much does it feel to finally just deliver in the clutch there and put the game away?
Yeah, I was just trusting the guys around me. Trust those guys. I grew up. My dad and my brothers always said, in basketball or baseball, if it's the last play or the last shot, I want the ball in my hands. So I'm not going to lose that mindset, and I'm going to keep that mindset my whole career.
How about your last kick?
Yeah, I couldn't watch. I couldn't watch. Couldn't watch. It was just trust. Just trusting him, and he back in the day he was committed to North Carolina high school, and he flipped on us. He went to Miami, but what a kick. Pressure, ultimate pressure. I tell people all the time. Other than quarterback, I think kickers got it. Got a lot on the line, so it's sweet to see.
So what'd you do? Shut your eyes?
I was just looking down at the iPad of something in the run game I could have done in the last couple of plays to get another first down.
What role has your faith played? I'm watching on Instagram. What role has your faith played for your career thus far?
Yeah, it's huge. We just, our chaplain just told me before the game, be a blessing, man. Just be a blessing. Just thank the good Lord for being out here. Keeping me healthy, keeping the guys healthy. And what a position I am in my life to, spread the word and know that everything is, I'm doing is through Him and for Him.
Drake mentioned that they started blitzing you guys more in the second half. It seemed like you started to scramble a little bit more as well. Did that have anything to do with it, and why were you able to get some?
Yeah, I probably should have stayed in the pocket. They had some good pockets. I think a lot of them were, the sacks were my fault. It wasn't like they were beat. So I just got hanging there. I think they're diving the edges in and keeping the backers kind of spying on me. So just got to stay in the pocket and know that those guys are playing their butts off up front.
What do you think of Steph's performance? He seemed like extra fired up.
Yeah, you knew. I mean, it's storybook. You knew. I thought you should have got the end zone when he got caught, but. Coming back here, first game, prime time. You could see it all week. He just loves football. He loves the game, and he's got a lot in the tank left. So it's good that he's a Patriot.
Drake, two final questions. Did you expect them to blitz you as much as they did in the second half?
Yeah, I mean they weren't blitzing really at all in the first half. So I figured, they're down. They need to make something happen. They're going to come after us. And like I said, they do a great job disguising and just trying to make something happen. And the guys did a great job, staying alive.
Drake, you talked about your leadership. We're always being more vocal when you get some wins and feel like, quote, you've done something. What do you feel like you did tonight?
What do I feel like I did tonight? I played. I didn't hurt the team. Protected the football. Made some plays, protected the football, and gave us a chance to win. And used my teammates around me. That's the biggest thing. So we got a lot left, and we got to keep going. So thank you guys.
Thank you guys. All right, let's Patriots quarterback.